Today we're going to talk about what happens in the opening of a lesson. I'm going to ask Ryan some questions and he's going to give me some answers, and then I'm going to talk about what was right and what was wrong with Ryan's answers. Okay, Ryan, so what brings you here today?
Well, I've just been noticing lately that when I play, I just hit a variety of different shots, and I feel like I'm not very consistent. I want to be more consistent with my iron play and my driving if I can.
So how do you know you're not being consistent?
Well, I just feel like when I hit bad shots, I can go anywhere instead of going straight every time.
Do you know where the ball is going? Is it going more right, more left, high, low?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I think both happen, actually.
Okay. Are you keeping any stats to try to figure that out if they're going right or left? Or you're hitting more fat shots or thin shots?
No.
No?
No.
Do you think that would help if you kept stats?
Yeah, I think maybe I could learn a little bit about what my patterns and tendencies are if I kept some stats.
Okay, now is this happening with certain clubs or is it happening with all the clubs?
It happens from basically my 7-iron on up to my driver. I feel like I hit my shorter irons okay, but especially when I get to the driver, it gets a little crooked.
And what do you do during practice? How are you practicing to be more consistent?
Well, you know, I go to the range a couple times a week, and you know, I hit balls, maybe a large bucket of balls, and you know, try to hit all my clubs.
All right, well, let's see you hit some balls then. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I wish they flew like that on the golf course.
How was that shot?
A little fat.
Okay, a little fat. Okay, Ryan, so what's your target?
It's somewhere in between the path and the flags.
Somewhere in between the path and the flag. So is that how you would look for a target on the golf course? Just say, I'm going to hit it somewhere up there?
No.
No? You
No.
pick a target?
Yeah, I usually pick a target.
So would it help you having a club down on the ground right now?
To help me aim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you ever practice like that?
No, I usually just set up and aim wherever the range has got me aimed.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to put a stick down in the direction you want it to go. So what's your target now? Is it going to be the white flag or the blue flag?
Let's go to the white flag.
Okay. That's actually perfect. So basically, folks, this is what we hear on a regular basis. When people come, they basically haven't tracked any information for us. They just come with these general ideas about what they're doing on the golf course, and I think it would be helpful for you to kind of track this information, how many greens you hit, how many fairways you hit. If you miss them, where do you miss them? Do you miss them short, long, left to right? That's why during the spring and summer we tried to have people sign up for the shot by shot so that they could track that information, so that when you come to a lesson you have that information for us to help us help you. And then once you get to a lesson, or even before you get to a lesson, make sure that you're warmed up. And then once you get to a lesson, when the pro has you start hitting balls, make sure that you're aiming at something, or you have your target picked out, so that at least you know where the ball should be going, instead of just going, it should go out there. Is there anything else you'd want to add to that?
No, I think that's well said.
Okay. Well, try to remember this next time you have a lesson or next time you go to practice. Good luck with it.